Phone accessory. Flashlight. After sound. Years travel car. Skip button. Current car alert. Low battery. Low close. Current game car road trip. 15 selected.
Using one coin to play.
Voiceover off.
You have 4 coins left. To get more coins, press buy or upgrade game.
Bob has traveled 0 miles.
You have 150. 1 more 1 reap new 2. You drew go from the go. You played go.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob played power tire.
Here are the remaining cards in the deck. Distance 50, 9 cards. Distance 100, 19 cards. Repairs, 5 cards. Speed limit, 3 cards. More gas, 4 cards. Distance 75, 7 cards. New tire, 5 cards. Power go, 1 cards. End of limit, 5 cards. Distance 25, 10 cards. Crash, 2 cards. Power gas, 1 cards. Go, 11 cards. Power repairs, 1 cards. Flat tire, 1 cards. You drew new tire, 2, new 200. You played 200.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob played power repairs.
You drew go from the deck. New go. You drew 25. New reap 1 more 100. You played you drew go from the deck. New tire. You played new 25. You drew go. Repairs. Go. You played go. New tire. You drew 100 from 100. You cannot play 100 because you must play a go.
Bob has traveled
You have traveled 300. You cannot play repairs you have traveled 300 miles. 25. 1 1 new tire. You played new repairs. 100. You drew 75. 1 more 50. You discarded 50.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob played 100.
You drew power go from the deck. 107. Power go. You played power go.
Bob.
You drew repairs. 100. You played 100. You drew 100. 1. You played 100.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob played 100.
You drew 100. 100. You played 100.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob played 75.
You drew new tire. 100. You played 100.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob played 75.
You drew 100. New tire. 100. You played 100.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob played power gas.
You drew go from the new tire. Go. You played go. You drew speed limit. New tire. Speed limit. You played speed limit on Bob.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob played crash on you.
It's your
Bob.
You new repair. You drew more gas from. You played repairs.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob played end of limit.
It's your turn. You drew more gas from repairs. New tire. More gas. New tire. Repairs. 75. Repair. 20. 75. You played 75.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob played out of gas on you.
Repair. 20. More gas. You drew 25 from the. You played more gas.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob played 75.
It's your turn. Draw a card. Repairs. 25.
Bob has traveled 975 miles.
You have traveled 875 miles. You drew new tire. Repair. 25. You played.
Bob has traveled 1050 miles.
You have traveled 900 miles. You drew 100. New. More gas. More gas. 25. New tire. 100. You played 100. You drew go from. New tire. You have traveled 1000 miles. And played 200 miles cards. Power card power go. Go. New 20. More. 25. You played. You drew 50 from. Go. 50. You played 50. You have traveled 1075 miles.
Bob has traveled 1250 miles.
You drew more gas. Go. More gas. Go. New. More. New. More. You discarded. You drew end of limit from the. New. More gas. End of. You cannot play. You discard. You drew 25. 25. You played. You drew more gas. More gas. You cannot play more gas. You discard. You drew 50 from 50. You played. You drew end of limit. End of limit. You cannot. More gas. You discarded. You drew 200. End of limit. 200. You cannot play 200 because you must. You have traveled 1150 miles. End of limit. More gas. You played more gas. You drew 100. 100. 200. You played 200. You drew 50. 100. You played 100. You have traveled 1450 miles.
Bob has traveled 1475 miles.
You drew 70. 50. 75. 50. You played 50.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob discarded stop.
You have traveled 1500 miles. And
Bob has traveled 1475.
You drew 75. 70. 75. You played 75.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob discarded end of limit.
End of limit. 75. You drew 25 from the deck. You played 75.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob played 100.
You drew go from 25. End of. More. Go. New. Repairs. You discard. You drew 100. More gas. Go. New tire. New tire. Repairs. End of limit. 25. End of limit. You. 25. Go. 100. You played 100. You drew stop from the deck. Go. Stop. You played stop on Bob.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob played go.
You drew 100. Go. 100. You played 100.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob played 100.
You drew go from the deck.
Bob has traveled 1800 miles.
You have traveled 1850 miles. Go. 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 20. And 25. You play. You have traveled 1800. You drew 25. Go. You have traveled 1900 miles.
Bob has traveled 1850 miles.
You drew speed limit from the deck. Speed limit. You played speed limit on Bob.
Bob drew a card from the deck. Bob played end of limit.
You drew 50 from the. Go. 50. You played 50. You drew 50 from the deck. Now select end of limit. Go. Go. 50. You played 50. You scored 2000 points for distance, 100 points for power cards, and 0 points for power-ups. You scored an additional 400 points for a completed trip. Your total score is 2500 points.
Bob scored 1900 points for distance, 300 points for power cards, and 0 points for power-ups.
You scored 2500 points. Congratulations. You should post your score to Twitter or Facebook.